Trinidad and Tobago NGL Limited, TTNGL, was listed on the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange in 2015. Underlying TTNGL's success is Phoenix Park Gas Processors Limited, PPGPL, with over 30 years of operating experience in gas processing. TTNGL and PPGPL are both subsidiaries of NGC, the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, an integrated energy company. At a recent brokers meeting, TTNGL shared updates on its performance and outlook for 2021.
We are now into a new phase in the history of PPGPL, and certainly in the future of PPGPL, which I'd like to share with you now. And that phase is context around a strategic intent to build a fully integrated business that derives value along the energy value chain in key local, regional, and international markets. As you all are aware, up until 2020, PPGPL was primarily a Trinidad and Tobago-based operation. All our facilities, all our assets were located here in Trinidad and Tobago. We sold our product, and product went into the Caribbean and Latin American markets. But that would have changed in 2020 with the emergence of this strategy. In 2020, we became the first state company in the history of Trinidad and Tobago to acquire a business in the United States. That brand and that business is located both in the United States and in Canada. We move into 2021. As we had mentioned in our annual report and in our quarter one results, from around quarter four of 2020, we saw a recovery in the market. So much so that prices started recovering. And as well, we saw a recovery in production. That would have been occasioned by the increase in gas processing volumes being delivered by the NGC to PPGPL. Because what would have happened in quarter four and then coming into quarter one of 2021, some of the plants on the industrial estate that were shut down because of the pandemic restarted. In the midst and in the height of the pandemic, around May to June of 2020, we saw our inlets fall to as low as 850 million cubic feet per day. Today, as I speak to you, they are around 1.2 billion cubic feet today. So there's been a 50% increase in just about 6 months, and that is due in large part to the work being done at the NGC in order to secure our natural gas sector here in Point Lisas. And with that, as you would see, just in one quarter of this year, we have already surpassed our earnings that we would have achieved in all of 2020, just in PPGPL. So in quarter one, we would have delivered $67.8 million in revenues and a $17.6 million US dollars in profit after tax. And our North American business, Phoenix Park Energy Holdings, would have done about $59 million in revenues and $1.5 million in profit after tax. The markets have started recovering. We have seen an upswing in production in the local sector, and that has redounded to the benefit of PPGPL and its shareholders. This year, we expect to have our sales volumes between PPGPL and Phoenix Park Energy Holdings, our total sales volume around 31,600 barrels per day. And we expect that to grow further in 2022. And because, as I mentioned earlier, we have a few projects on the table, one of which is in active development, and another one, a product trading opportunity for which term sheets have been signed, and we're just getting the final contracts in place. Once all of these things materialize in 2022, we should see our North American operations move their marketing volumes from 17,000 barrels per day to close to 40,000 barrels per day, which would leave us in 2022 marketing close to 60,000 barrels per day. And I will say, ladies and gentlemen, that even in the peak of the energy sector in Trinidad and Tobago in 2012, 2013, we never got to this level of volume being marketed. But this is a result of our diversification. This is a result of our focus on growing the business. And this is a result on how we've managed business. We are debt-free. We have a consistent operating cost structure. And we have a strong brand, and we continue to push that brand.
Trinidad and Tobago NGL Limited, TTNGL,